coffee cruise. I just dropped somebody off at Bishop Airport, so might as well have a coffee cruise over it. Honestly. We're driving 395 north, facing the Wheeler Crest, which is a pretty impressive piece of geology, quite frankly. It's like a wall. It's some of the steepest terrain in the Eastern Sierra flank, like along the side, the escarpment. For those of you that want like a nice little geology term there, geography term, the escarpment of the range. The Eastern Sierra is some of the steepest mountain escarpment in North America, and probably some of these peaks are probably some of the top steepest mountains in the world for the amount of vertical rise from their base to their summit that they have. I mean, right in front of us alone is like 8 to 10,000 feet of almost pure vertical rise. So that's pretty wild. Gorgeous morning, cold. We had a temperature inversion this morning. When I was driving through Crowley, it was definitely temperature borne for sure. We went from 14 in the town of Mammoth Lakes to down to 1 degree in Crowley. So definitely colder. And sorry I'm not mic'd up, but just lately I haven't been mic'd up. I haven't had time. I had to leave. I had like 10 minutes to get dressed and leave. This person called me at like 6:50 a.m. and I was like, wasn't ready for anything, and they were like, I need to get to Bishop Airport right now. Like, okay. Made some coffee really quick, got dressed, and was out the door. So, and now it is 8:24 a.m. 36 degrees down here in passing the Pleasant Valley area, Round Valley area. Making my way back up to Mammoth. So, I've got a couple different cruise vlogs I want to post that I haven't had a chance to post yet. We're just getting back to normal life after the insane holiday 2-week break. And it truly is insane. And we're just getting back to normal now after the end of the winter break. God, I always forget every year how crazy that time frame is. It's totally insane. I always forget every year how insane that part of the year is, and how detached from your own life you are. It's not a healthy work-life balance at all. I was probably doing like averaging 16-hour work days, as well as chores. I mainly, not even chores, just shoveling snow and driving the taxi. That's all it was. And I pretty much neglected everything else. My workout routine, my diet, social life, forget about it. That's was non-existent. Not that it really is in the first place, but a bit of a hermit. But that's kind of just the way Mammoth is, actually. That's a whole separate issue. But yeah, it was wild. Just nothing but work. Work, drive. First call would come in around this time, early in the morning. Last calls would come in late at night. And I probably could have worked even more if I had the energy, but I think, if you start driving your taxi at 7 in the morning and you stop doing it around 11 p.m., I think that's kind of a long time to be doing things to begin with. So, but it's a long time in the car. And it's not just driving. Like right now, this driving is easy. It's brainless. It's gorgeous outside. I almost want to see if I can angle it more, because like, look how pretty that is. Damn, dude. Damn, look how pretty that is. It's so good. Wow. Here, let's do that. Let's see if I can angle this. There. Yeah, there we go. That's like a cool angle. I like that angle. Okay, new angle unlocked. And the drive is just kind of like the driving during winter break when we had that storm cycle. We got so much snow. We got almost 120 inches on average, depending on where you were in the region for that storm cycle. And it was just constantly snowy or icy, choked with drivers who don't know how to drive in the snow, absolutely choked, which is the scariest, most dangerous part. And just a constant barrage of blizzards and all kinds of whiteouts. And everybody's so demanding and entitled. The tourists in that time of year are the most ignorant to the snow environment, the most demanding, and the most entitled of all the tourists. I gotta get somewhere right now. How long can you be here? Why is there no Uber? Like, they don't understand anything about this area at all. They have very little experience. It's fine, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying it's very stressful on the local population and on the local infrastructure to just bombard this place with highly incapable and needy people. It's a lot more than we can all kind of keep track of. And quite frankly, there's a lot of people who, during that time of year, this is their first time visiting this area. And I think we overloaded the town so hard that I don't think they had a good time either. I think that a lot of them are never going to come back because of how incapable the town was at providing them a good experience. And that's just because we're not Aspen or Vail or Whistler. We don't have infrastructure like those places do. Tahoe. We don't have that kind of infrastructure. We're a remote, rugged mountain town. Plain and simple, you know? So it's just kind of part of the deal. We typically, we used to just kind of have the Southern California populace as our customer base, which was more than enough. But now we're on the national and international radar, and that, puts a whole different spin on things, and it makes it very difficult to comfortably service the area in a way that is safe for everybody, and safe for the residents, safe for the guests. So hopefully the Mammoth Mountain and Visit Mammoth Tourism Board marketing teams can respect that concept a little bit more in the future. I think they probably were a lot of it on the belligerent side of things as far as getting people to come up here. And, it's their job and stuff. I'm not trying to say that they shouldn't market. I'm just trying to say there's probably a responsible way to meet their needs and still dial back the signaling a little bit. And I think most people that are in this area and most people that visited would agree. I think also if you're from Southern California and you're used to patroning Mammoth over the years, you notice that also, even if you are capable of handling yourself here, that things are changing faster than what you're used to. Your typical plans on going to the supermarket or going out to dinner after a day of skiing on the hill are borderline impossible, with 2-hour waits at restaurants and hour-long lines at the grocery store. Traffic getting down from Main Lodge is well over an hour if you parked there in the morning and you want to leave at around 4 or 4:30. Well over an hour just to get down to the village. think anybody likes that, except for maybe Altera. They probably like it. Yeah, it's like, classic big corporation buys a place, it becomes part of the conglomerate, and then afterwards, the quality goes down. So classic phenomena. We're experiencing it just like any other place would if that's what was happening. So, but I guess that's sort of the way the world goes sometimes. Well, this guy wanted to just get right in my way, buddy. I'm not. There we go. It's just, dude, chill. He wanted to pass me all hard, and now he's not going my speed. It's always the trucks, isn't it? It's always the trucks. What is with you guys? And you buy that type of a vehicle, and then all of a sudden, like, something happens to your brain chemistry? Like, what's going on? Why is it always the trucks? I love trucks. I would love to buy a truck. If I owned a truck, I wonder what would happen to me. As a person, I think maybe I would just become an asshole. But, unfortunately. But you know what's funny is I wouldn't buy a truck because I can rip way harder in this Subaru here with the tires, the Bridgestone tires that I've got on. I can rip way harder than those guys can rip in their truck any day of the week. You think I want to fishtail into the bank and flip like all the other trucks do? No thanks, I'm good. You're like, oh, you just got to keep weight in the back. It's like, I don't want to stuff the back of my truck for no reason other than that I don't have good traction and I have an inferior vehicle for the snow, so I gotta stuff it with stuff just to have traction. I thought that's what my tires and traction system were for. So anyway, drinking some good coffee though. Looney Bean Bishop. What? Look at that gorgeous mountain. Dang. Here's an interesting concept. I might sell this business and I might sell this house that I live in and just have a big garage sale of my workout equipment and my surplus outdoor gear that I'm not using that much and some tools and a bunch of other stuff. And I'd take the money I've saved for the holidays and that I'll save for the season. I might just take all of that and move up to Lake Tahoe, where I might have a better lifestyle. I'm not even sure. Mammoth's too crowded, man. And it's not that Lake Tahoe isn't crowded, but it's crowded in a different way that actually serves me better, not worse. I would actually get more days per year on the mountain, and I would actually get more powder runs per year as well, even though it's more crowded. The resorts there are larger than Mammoth. There's a larger variety of resorts. There's a larger variety of terrain overall. It spreads the crowd out. And only some areas get tracked out as fast as Mammoth. Other areas don't get tracked out nearly as fast as Mammoth. And you have your pick up there. Not only that, but it doesn't take 2 weeks to get your car back from an inspection, or you don't have to book an oil change a week in advance. You don't have to wait 10 business days for Amazon Prime to deliver something. Like, it's such a pain in the ass. And I wouldn't have to, Tahoe gets snow, but they don't get as much snow as I get at my house. I wouldn't have to spend every storm cycle 10 hours, 12, 15 hours of shoveling every single storm on the top of my house. It gets a little old. I'm game for it, and I'm in good shape because of it. But I can get in good shape under my own accord, man. I don't need a storm cycle to force the exercise on me. Like, I have discipline. I can show up to the gym. It's not that bad. The gym there in South Lake Tahoe is pretty cool. It's like a good gym with the workout equipment's like above par as far as the types of machines they have. They've got, I can never remember the name of it, but it's like it's a machine that actually you don't find in most gyms except for like gym head type gyms, which is cool. And it's like super good for your lower back. And it's hard to find that. And I have like some lower back stuff going on that I appreciate the ability to use that kind of a machine in. And I got a lot of friends up there. I got more friends than I have in Mammoth, even though I've been here for 10 years. There's only a small, very small handful of people that I actually chill with. Say this though, I find this area to be my spiritual home. I love it here. Outside of the ski area and outside of the town of Mammoth and just in general, the Eastern Sierra are... Oh, look at Mr. Super Dude. He wants to go slow in the right-hand lane again all of a sudden. That's fascinating. Yeah, I do find this area to be my spiritual home. It's always meant a tremendous amount to me, and the land speaks to me here. Always has. Ooh, we're heading into some inversion fog. This is when the temperature really dips down really hard. It was 36 down in Round Valley. We came up over Sherwin Pass. I'm literally watching the temperature drop before my eyes. I just looked at it, it was 15. I just looked back at it, it's 13. So as we head into this inversion fog, 12, it just drops right before your eyes. This is a fascinating meteorological 11, a fascinating effect, meteorological effect when we're inverted and there's this fog. I think I mentioned to you before it was 14, 10, it's just dropping. It's just dropping. We're going to be in the single digits before we know it. Yeah, it was 14 or 15 in degrees in town. I picked this woman up at a quarter after 7. By the time we got to Crowley, it was 1. I thought we were going to get till below 0, but we'll see how far down we go. It's I wonder if it's gotten a little warmer. It was kind of like 10. It was a little cooler when I passed through this earlier. We might maintain double digits. We'll see. Plus, I'm a single guy, so the dating pool for me in Mammoth is very limited. And if you do have a relationship with someone and it doesn't work out, you have to see them like every day, all the time. And like, I don't know, that's kind of annoying. Creek. Yeah, the fog is lifted a little bit. This was all totally socked in when I drove through earlier. So the additional sunshine might make for a better. Yeah, it's going to keep the temperature a little bit elevated, so it's holding at 10 degrees through the bottom of the area here, which is Crowley Lake. But you can see that fog just hugging the water. Incredible. It's so pretty. That's the thing, right? I mean, although Tahoe's pretty too. You got the lake. It's gorgeous as well. This whole range is great. Even the Western Sierras. I love the Western Sierras. They also have some great resorts. I'm not going to name too many places that I have in mind. You can figure it out on your own. But yeah, this land speaks to me. It's really a big deal for me to decide to up and move from here. But I feel like there's a better balance to things, and I don't, and as much as I love this business and stuff, I'm proud of it, proud that I built it. It's between that and the demands of my property, it's stealing too much time away from me. And it's too irregular, and I think it's better for a younger person. I would love to sell this business to a young, hungry entrepreneur in his or her 20s that feels like, they would like to have a great business that can totally sustain them in Mammoth Lakes. That is not a common thing for you to have access to around here. So, that might be the way to go, honestly. It really might be the way to go for someone who's thinking about moving here, who wants a turnkey business that can instantly start paying their bills, who's got some money to buy. I would want the money up front, I would say. I could take monthly payments for it too, but I would almost say just take a small business loan out, pay me up front with the money from the business loan, and then just pay the bank back the monthly. Because I'm not the bank. It's not easy to get a phone to ring. That's where the value is at, poised here in this business. So even if you have your own car that you want to put on your own insurance and stuff like that, and do all the paperwork side of things with the taxi permit and all that on your own, you can, and you could just buy the numbers, the website, the numbers, all of that stuff. Because that's really what makes the money. It's more of a lead generation system that you're buying than hard assets. Of course, you can buy the car too. That's fine. But it's not required to start the business. As long as you have a car that's capable in this area, then you're good. But yeah, you'd be buying the Google business page, the phone number, the websites, the email address, and all the relationships with the hotels that I've built over the years, all the regulars that I've built over the years. That's where the value is. So if you're looking to move to Mammoth and you want to be your own make good money during the winter and summer months. Hit me up with an offer. Honestly. I'm curious. I'm not even going to say what numbers I'm looking for. I'm curious to hear what people think it's worth. This is all, and by the way, this is all just kind of like, I'm just kind of like brainstorming. I'm just kind of riffing. I'm on the fence about making this decision. You know, I love this area. Like I said, I got a lot of memories in this area. After losing my dog last year to an unexpected and rapid heart condition, some of the memories here are painful now. That situation traumatized me very much, and I'm single, no kids, and you know, a mountain man and his dog, or a mountain girl and her dog. When it's like I still have the kitty, and I love the kitty, but man, when you got all this outdoor adventure time, and it's you and your ride or die dog that you love like your child, that bond is special, and to have it just ripped away from you prematurely and suddenly is super traumatizing. And so there's some memories here that they're bittersweet, you know, and maybe it's good for me to just make new memories in a new place that's new to me. I've been enjoying this area my whole life. I know all these regions like the back of my hand, and they don't get old. They never get old. I love them. But they're not going anywhere. I can still drive 2 hours and 50 minutes to the south, and quite frankly, there's a lot of good stuff in between that I'm a lot less familiar with. So, that I would love to add into my familiarity Rolodex. That I'd love to get it more acquainted with, because I've lived in British Columbia, I've lived in Japan, I've lived in Santa Barbara, I've lived in Mammoth. I'm like making the rounds in the Pacific Rim. I've visited Alaska, Oregon, Washington. I've been to Baja once. I should probably go to Baja more. Hawaii is a place I want to start going to more. These days, I occasionally go down to Argentina. I want to see Chile. I want to see New Zealand. I want to see Australia. I've made it my life's work to explore the Pacific Basin. What a great quadrant of the earth to become familiar with. And so maybe Lake Tahoe's a good new place to call home. I mean, it's still the Sierras. I just need to think about it. I'm going up this week to look at a totally gutted mobile home that I would be starting from scratch with. Much smaller than my place. It's a cool area that it's in. It's a lot busier than the area, traffic-wise, than the area I live now. So that would be a big change for me, and that would cause concerns for me with the kitty, because he likes to go outside in the summer, so I really don't want him to get lost or ran over. That is a big concern, and I really need him to get oriented with the space. distribution system that some people, like he was co-adopted with me with my roommate at the time. We just felt bad for him and wanted to help him survive winters in Mammoth, so he became a house cat. And my roommate moved. He ended up moving up to South Lake Tahoe, actually. He's one of my friends. I've known him forever. He's like family to me. We've known each other since middle school. He lives in South Lake Tahoe. He's kind of the reason that I've gotten to know it more. And so yeah, it's just the transition with the cat. I'm not that familiar with that. I don't know how that's going to go for him. And just it's a much smaller space. It's like a third the size of the current place I live. And I feel like maybe I'm underestimating how busy it is. I feel like maybe, what if I'm wrong about getting fresh turns in the area and it's like just as bad as Mammoth or worse? Some people say it is. I don't know if that's true or not. Some people say it's not. But I do like the idea of having more grocery stores with better selection, more services, mechanics, veterinarians, doctors, airports. I mean, you name it. Everything. And it's less expensive than here. And saving money is making money, is it not? And keeping a bunch of money from the sale of my property, oh my God. And the sale of my business. And just being able to put that in the bank and just work a normal job and have some ammo loaded up for future business endeavors, future investments. I'm an entrepreneurial guy, man. I know how to make my money work. Well, we're back in town. It's 12 degrees in town, so it's still pretty cold. In the sun at 8:55 a.m., it is 12 degrees. So it's going to be another crisp day. I don't know what our daytime high is going to be. I feel like it's going to be in the upper 20s, low 30s. Pretty seasonal, really. It is supposed to warm up over the next few days. So we may start to see a transition for that kind of stuff. It's supposed to get up into the 40s and with mid-20s at night, so a little different, slight warm-up, not a bad thing. Snow will still be consistent. We have a deep base now, so we're ready to rock. Nice sunny groomers every day. Love it. You can't beat that, honestly. And yeah, pretty consistent weather pattern actually. So there may not be a lot of storm reporting for the next couple weeks. We do have some weather on the horizon at the end of the month, beginning of next month. We'll see how that pans out. Forecasting is always really difficult with these types of winters. We're in a La Nina, so it's very difficult to forecast the strength and trajectory of the storms because we have a large block of high pressure that can oscillate and get in the way or not get in the way and act as a funnel for the storms and enhance the storms. So it's pretty manic. It's like one or the other. But yeah, that was the coffee cruise, guys. A little bit of personal sharing there. these are vlogs, man. I'm talking about my life. And yeah, if you want to buy this taxi business, let me know what you think it's worth. And then maybe I'll come back at you with what I think it's worth. If you're looking for a cheap entry point for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that's, in a really nice mobile park, let me know about that too. Let's talk. Give me an offer I can't refuse, So, anyway, love you guys. Thanks for watching these long format visual podcasts. And maybe if you're out there in your office somewhere in Southern California or somewhere else, and you're just mind surfing from these videos, and you're like working out and listening to it, or you just want to know what it's like up here because you like coming up here, hey, I love the support. Please share these videos. Please subscribe if you're not subscribing. You gotta subscribe, because it's just nothing but more of this. And as the seasons progress, we get the types of places we go and the types of activities we get to do on these vlogs changes. So, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.